Hey, it's Rebecca Lane. I'm glad that you were able to join me for the weekly overview for week 3. So we're just going to walk through this really fast because I know that you were able to read the calendar, but sometimes it helps to say things out loud. So the first thing is that quiz number 1, the go-to training quiz, those questions are due on Monday night. So you can see this right here. Also, Monday night is going to be the last time for you to meet with your Google Hangouts team. So hopefully at this point you've been able to watch your feedback from the TED presentation, so you've gotten feedback on your actual physical delivery and verbal delivery. You've gotten a little bit of feedback on how to organize a message. And by Tuesday, you're going to get your feedback on your visual response post. And so taking the feedback from both of these presentations, you will be able to get a feel for what I'm expecting for the speech due at the end of this week. So hopefully by now you've started to work on your industry speech. Hopefully you started to work on that over the weekend. And so make sure that you meet with your Google Hangouts team and practice the outline for this speech. That practice is due on Tuesday. So make sure that you do meet with your team, practice so that you can submit that practice session in your outline on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you've got those reading quizzes due. So that is in speech class. Don't forget to submit those grades in speech class. A couple of you have been forgetting them, so make sure you really read the reading and then complete those quizzes. You can take that quiz as many times as you want to, so go ahead and do your best on those. Take them, make sure you reinforce the information. It's exactly the information that I'm hoping you learn in this class. All right, moving on to Thursday. Thursday, you have another really great discussion post due. A lot of the responses I've seen have been so interesting. So I hope that you're enjoying them, and I hope that you're really engaged in the discussion that your classmates are having, because you've got some really interesting things to say, all of you do. Make sure that you watch or you could even attend the lecture that's happening. It's happening this Wednesday. It's going to be conducted by Alex Reister. She's a really excellent teacher, and she'll talk about how to organize your speech. So the information that you got in TED Talk, the information you got in the visual introduction, that's all culminating in this assignment here. So especially if you've used that Bedford speech outliner, the lecture that Alex is giving on Wednesday is going to bring all of that together. You'll get a lot more out of it if you actually have started to work on your outline. Friday, that is a work day for you. You'll want to make sure that you're practicing. You'll want to make sure you are reading through the assignments for next week and stuff like that. And on Saturday, your industry speech and response post, they're both due. Don't forget to do the response post. Many people forgot the response post in the TED Talk evaluation, and it's worth a significant portion of your grade this week. So make sure that you make that happen and make sure that it's 100 words or more. More words are better, the more in-depth discussion, but there is that minimum there. And after this, make sure you start to practice for your persuasive speech, because the weekend goes by really fast. Remember that the assignments here are all listed. So you've got your go-to training quiz, that's 3.1. The Hangouts, the informative practice, 3.2, 3.3. Now I know your dashboard looks a little bit different from mine, but we still have this similar concept. It should look somewhat similar, and the labels for the assignments are certainly the same. You can notice the weights for things. But make sure that you get these assignments in. Also, please note that I am not available on Saturdays. So if you have questions, you'll really want to ask them by Thursday. I'm available on Fridays, but I'm in the classroom for 8 hours for 9 hours from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. So it's harder to reach me on Friday. I will call you back if I can, but I can't always. So make sure that if you have some questions, you really want to have those emergency questions happen by Thursday. This has been a great week. I was really pleased with the TED assignments that I saw. I'm really excited to see the visual introductions. I'll get those grades to you guys really soon. I'm really excited to see them. One of the things that I want to point out is this industry presentation. I love this speech, by the way. I think it's so exciting. I love hearing about your industries. One of the things you'll want to focus on is remember that it's only a 3 to 5 minute speech. So you will want to make this as focused as possible. You don't want to talk about recording arts. You want to talk about something tiny in recording arts. So like how to mic a drum kit, or you could even say how to mic a bass drum. You could probably talk for 3 to 5 minutes on how to do that. So this is a teaching speech. You're not persuading us to do something. You're just teaching us one technique or teaching us one theory. Something also to keep in mind is that I do expect to see your face for 3 to 5 unbroken minutes. So you should not edit from one cut of your face to another cut of your face. If you do decide to include slides in your presentation, you'll want to do the frame-in-frame option in iMovie. So think about that. There are questions, and what I'm going to ask you to do, well, here are those questions right here, but I'm going to read them out loud. Go ahead and write these down. Question number 1. Why am I having you practice your industry speech in small groups? What do you think? Question number 2, what is your favorite feedback comment? So go ahead and watch the video from me. Go ahead and read the feedback your peers have given you. What's your favorite? Maybe it's a really positive comment. Maybe it's a comment that really resonates you with something you'd like to work on. But go ahead and pay attention to your feedback and see what's working for you. Question number 3. What might you do to make your industry speech have a stronger introduction and conclusion? So in that Bedford speech outliner, you're going to notice that it talks a lot about introductions and conclusions. What can you do that's going to help frame your speech like that? It's going to make it really powerful. Question number 4. What is the model of feedback that we are using in public speaking online? And why are we using that model? What's the purpose of it? Why do we think it's good? And the last question, number 5, go back and think about what you want to get out of this class. So what is your one most important public speaking goal that you want to focus on for these last 2 weeks? We only have 2 weeks left. So far, we've given you a foundation in everything, right? We've given you a foundation in delivery, a foundation in structure, a basic foundation in slide design. What is your goal for the next 2 weeks? Because establishing goals really helps you accomplish them, right? Helps you measure how successful you are. Okay, so that's the weekly overview. I'm really glad that you're here. Really excited to grade your visual introductions. And let me know if you have any questions. The best way to reach me quickly is always to give me a phone call on my Google Voice number. The slowest way to reach me is calling the office, the Full Sail office phone number. And email, I get back to you guys at least within 48 hours. So it's a pleasure. I like working with you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your work. Thanks for all your work this week. All right, let me know if you have questions. Bye.